So guys, I'm going to show you where the best ball strikers in the world are. We're going to be looking at averages of movement in this video. We're looking at Rory Mcllroy. We're checking out Tiger Woods, two of the best ball strikers really of all time. And it really makes sense to get in there and have a look at the great PGA players. Some of the stats I'll be talking about in this video are averages of movement, and people, the closer you get to these positions, the better you're going to hit it. Right? You're better off looking at the world's best hitters rather than someone standing in front of the screen and just talking about it. So let's get in there and have a look. Let's crunch some numbers and let's have a look at why many say Tiger Woods is the best iron player ever. Right, so I've drawn a couple of lines in here. One's up against the ankle and just taken a liberty to put a couple of things around the head. Now what I've done, I'm starting from this position. He's already moved his head down an inch, but we'll get into that. There's a little bit of a compression movement downwards. Now from the right leg moving up here, we've got 83 degrees. From the belt up the back, what have we got here? 82 degrees. So very similar numbers. Now what we're going to be seeing here by these positions is getting your pivot numbers correct is essential, right, for your transition. And also your tilts, right, getting your shoulder tilts in the correct position. Now what it actually does is when you do get this correct is it gets the right hip higher than the left. Now that's Ben Hogan, and normally you're looking at around two averages around 10 degrees. That's a bit more. Now when that right hip, when you pivot well and that right hip's higher, the initial move is really down. Okay, so there's going to be a downwards movement here and a lateral movement. And we're going to talk about that in the moment because it's a very, very important area when we look at the great ball strikers. We know that there's 4 to 6 inches of lateral movement on average. Okay, and we know that on the movement on the way down, we know that there's 2 to 4 inches from the address position into impact with their iron shots. Now, let's have a look at that. We'll talk about why they do it. Okay, there's a couple of feels and things you can use. Now, from the top of the swing, we'll see Tiger Woods moving downwards. Okay, now you can see when the left arm is parallel that his head's moved down. Now they move down so that they can hit it with a bent right arm. Now what happens with a lot of ball strikers is when they stay very, very level at the top, they tend to throw their arms at it. They lose their angles. Okay, when you're moving downwards a little bit and you're not throwing your arms at it, you really do get some more power. Hitting with a bent right arm and gripping the ground, gripping and using it as leverage, you can hit it harder. That's why they're doing it, because it's not a mistake. All right. So when we get to left arm parallel here, what you'll see is always a good checkpoint. Now there's 1,000 different swings out there, right? But there's 4 or 5 things you have to do to flush it to hit it good. And this lateral movement's one of them. Now when you get left arm parallel, you're seeing all the time here. I'll just get off that arrow. You'll see all the time here, you're going to see the 76, 77 degree, 75, 76, 77 degree area. Okay, so there's about 76 there. All right, so you can see the amount of lateral movement. Okay, now the head's gone down and the head's gone forwards as well. Okay, so let's get rid of those lines there. Now when we get down into impact here, the position is, and obviously there's the subtleties everywhere here, but we're just looking at the main moves. We're seeing half the lead leg through the wall, portion of the lead shoulder. Okay, head's moved down. Right leg is moving down into 63, 64 degrees. Okay, so this is an area where club golfers have a really awkward time in and around impact. So you'll often see them, coming into impact with really not a lot of lateral movement. That's one thing. Other issues in their backswing, but really coming down here, you see no lateral movement. So they're hitting fat shots and thin shots. They do hit them pretty clean sometimes when they're sitting up. But you see the right leg down into here. The most players around the world, millions and millions and millions, are in that position there. Okay, so they don't have the lateral movement, the low point of the swing surface. It's not just about hitting. So everyone can hit a good shot, right? But it's more about if you're hitting 20, are you hitting 18 clean or just 11, right?
World-class golf instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied in helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction.
Let's have a look at McIlroy here, because I think you'll find this remarkable. This is absolutely staggering, the similarities in these two positions. So let's pop in a couple of lines. We'll draw the one up from the ankle. Okay, vertically straight up. We'll put one on the top of the head here and on the side, and we'll just have a look at a couple of the numbers here because it really is unbelievable. Have a look at from the belt up the back here, 82. We'll get it from the right leg into here, 83. So like they're a degree apart from each other at the top of the swing. McIlroy moves downwards, probably a little bit more than the average of 4 inches. You can see here as he's coming down, we'll just get the left arm parallel and we'll pop up a line here around 76 degrees. Isn't that just unbelievable? So this is a main position that I work on a lot with everyone that I teach, is looking at these numbers, at least getting it, you know, into the 70 degree area. Okay, so let's get down and into impact and we'll have a look at where they both are. Now, McIlroy has a little bit more lateral movement on this one. So he's got 3/4 of the leg through, shoulder. But when we get there, we'll take these lines away and we'll have a look at the right leg is down into 63, 64. So very, very similar positions when we're looking at the amount of shaft lean, 16 degrees here and about 16 degrees here. This is what I mean about getting your hands on good information, right? So in world-class golf instruction, we get in there and really showing you guys how to practice on these things. And guys, don't forget to subscribe if you like the video. Leave your questions and your comments below. Now let's have a look at just a couple of things from the back view here. Now when we're looking at vertical plane, and obviously if you've seen some of my videos, obviously I'm looking at the shoulder plane a lot and talking about the 40-degree rule where most club golfers are way off that. That's another one of the things that we're after. As I said, there's 1,000 different swings, but there's 4 or 5 things we need to do. Now, vertical plane's an interesting one. When we're getting this thing into the 40-degree area, there's 45 degrees. When that club head is on the forearm or just behind it, that gives us a gauge here of the path and the plane, this is very, very important. So when you're looking at really some fantastic ball strikers out there, Jordan Spieth, wonderful iron player, this guy, and you can see that similar numbers over and over again. 46 degrees, and when we take a look at the club player, often we'll see them with very level shoulders, obviously more into the 20-degree area, and from there they have to then tip this arm over to hit it, and we can see that arm really now pointing out well behind him, and from here obviously that's just going to keep steepening and running through the wrong forearm and nowhere near the mid-40s, and that's a fact, right? So people are out there practicing mistakes, and then from here, if we draw a line up over the ball, and that's the wall, then we're crashing into it, and we should be meeting that wall at the bottom, collecting the wall and the ball together. And you know, from here, you're going to have your sockets, you're going to have your fats, thins, you're going to lose ball speed. You know, you got the club coming over it, and you got a range of different mistakes. Now, guys, what you should be doing in this modern day times is filming your swings, right? Everyone's got a high-speed camera in their pocket. You've got your mobile phones. A lot of people are still not doing it and don't know how to do it. It's not really that hard. There's a slow motion area on the phone, right? And you click on that, and there's free apps. There's an app you can use, and you can get in there. On our world-class golf instruction, we show you the lines to draw, so you're really getting there, and you're able to teach yourself, right? So you can check that out. It's we have a wonderful chat room, and you can join the community. There's 700 videos in there, guys. Anyone interested in online lessons, you can contact me also through there. So there's a couple of the averages of movement, the essential movements really that we're looking for to hit great golf shots and get you guys on the right path to play some great golf. Thanks for watching.